In the 2000-2001 season, our team finished second by a very slim margin. So from the moment our season ended, we had 4 returning players that were coming back for the 2001-2002 season. They were completely motivated.
I think this team was dynamic. I think we worked well together. I think we complemented each other very well.
We were a family, and we all came from different backgrounds, different cultures, and I don't remember us ever fighting.
If someone was having a bad day or a bad 10 minutes, we were always trying to pull each other up and encourage each other.
I loved going to the away games because we always drove to a diner after and just laugh, listen to music, and just reminisced about the games and matches that we had that day.
This team was a sisterhood. They were so well connected.
We had 2 great assistant coaches, Ralph Benchavengo and Barb Pleva.
The most nurturing person besides my mom, she could always make you laugh, smile with either her food, a hug, an encouragement. She's just the best.
There's not many words that are positive that wouldn't describe Ralph. Ralph is a great guy. He always was, he always will be. Ralph is just my tennis husband.
Always been the best, Ralph and Barb. The program couldn't have had any success without them and just the people they are. I mean, forget about coaching. Like, they're just 2 of the most quality people I've ever come across in my life.
One thing I have to say about Mark is his dedication to tennis, not only with the college, but with the county. He's just an ambassador for tennis. He's just a wonderful human being.
We kicked off our year heading up to a match, SUNY, New York. And this was a couple weeks after 9/11. And we were all together during that time period. It was a real shocker, just like it was for the whole country.
Mark and I talked on the phone, and then he called the team and said, "The coaches will be in the office. There's no need for you to come to practice if you want to be with your families or if there's anybody you feel you need to be with."
But we all came through, and we all went to practice, and we tried to pull through the best we could.
I remember being at practice and we were on the court, and I remember all of us looking up in the air and seeing no planes because the planes were no longer allowed to fly at that time. So it was just very quiet. It felt very somber.
On the way back from that match at SUNY, we kind of pulled over into Weehawken, and we saw the smoke still coming days later from Ground Zero. And I think it was just a moment, like, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it.
It really put things into perspective, that life can be short and you never know what's going to happen, and to be thankful for who and what you have.
You know, when you think about what's going on in the bigger picture, I think for the tennis season, we just really appreciated being together.
Not many people can say they're part of a Hall of Fame team, and when I told my friends and family, they thought that was fantastic and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I have to thank my mom, who's always been there for me, and without her, this would have never been possible.
My mom, my dad, my sisters, they were always so supportive of my tennis career.
I have an amazing husband. His name is Al, and he supports me more than anyone could ever imagine. I never had an opportunity to play sports growing up. Our kids are very athletic. My husband decided, "Barb, you must be athletic." So he bought me for Christmas a tennis racket, beginner lessons, and off I was. So he is by far the most important person to thank, because if I didn't start playing tennis and then going on to playing some USTA matches, I would have never played for the team.
Husband, my children, my mother, and my father, who's no longer here. He was a great coach to me throughout all my sports.
My husband, he was there for me throughout the tennis time and through all the practices, and my brother and the team, the coaches.
When you're in your early 20s or almost 20, you really need a sense of like an anchor. And this team was my anchor. And I can't thank them enough for that.
Gosh, I don't know if I mentioned this at all, but we're having like a mini practice at 12 o'clock. Day of the ceremony, we're going to meet at the tennis center and we're going to see if we remember how to hit a ball, and they're going to have to run like 20 laps.